What's up, guys? This is JJtheking RCT Gaming, bringing you another video for you guys, and I hope you guys are doing super well. Today I wanted to take up on a subject matter that I kind of neglected to do back a few weeks back, and it's basically something that I am very familiar with and very comfortable with at this point, which is of course Teknoparrot. Now, Teknoparrot, you've seen different iterations. You know that I work with JJ on bringing the Aura Teknoparrot build way back, and that was super fun. A lot of people enjoy that. I still keep it around here, and it's something that I enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing and working with JJ from Paxros, and are looking forward actually at this point in time to kind of update that for you guys so you can enjoy as well. But that's not the purpose of the video today. However, today I wanted to do something because way back when I was working on that, I have been playing and messing around with Teknoparrot for a long time. Now, Teknoparrot and loader games, as I explained in my previous videos, I've done several already, showing off some of the games that are available on Teknoparrot and how basically Teknoparrot works versus, you know, regular emulation that you guys are very familiar with. Just like many others, been a fan of how Teknoparrot works and what it does, but it is not a regular emulator, you know, per se. It does not work the same way as ROMs and emulators work. There's a little bit more to it. There's a little bit more tweaking, more hit and miss, more, you know, having issues that you need to kind of work around in order to get the fun, which is what everything should be when it comes to gaming. It takes a little bit of tweaking to get, you know, to the point where you can enjoy and it's stable and it runs every time you want to play it. Now, that said, of course, when I was working that with JJ, there were also a whole bunch of other people that were interested in bringing this to Next. Now, of course, shortly after, or a while after the Aura build was out, an effort was made, I'm going to call it that, an effort was made to bring Teknoparrot to Next. Now, I did not cover that iteration, let's say for various reasons that do not really come into effect here, but let's say that I kind of postponed doing that and I kept on doing other packs and covering other stuff. Now I'm coming back to it. Why, you ask? Well, now basically I can say without a shadow of a doubt that it works, and it works fine, but you need to do something in order for it to be seamless or work the way it should. You have the first download, which is the Teknoparrot pack in itself, which was done by Mas OP Inc. And then you have, of course, this little pack right here, which is done by Buddy Stainless, which is the Teknoparrot Split System patch. Now, I believe that at least on Next, as far as CoinOPS Next is concerned, I believe that the combination of these two is basically the perfect way to have Teknoparrot on Next, and I'm going to explain why. What this patch does, and I know I took my time in actually bringing this to you guys, but what this does is basically it adds and separates each one of the Teknoparrot games into their own hardware that basically runs them. And I love this way of having this in Next. Now, of course, if you prefer to have them all bottled up together in just one, you know, one system, it's up to you, of course. But I find this way to be a lot more accurate because it represents basically, since if you're after playing arcade games, you want to know at least where they come from, what hardware they run, and this is a very nice way of keeping all of these, because all of Teknoparrot games are not from one system. They are not, you know, Ring Edge, they are not Ring Edge 2, they basically belong to all of these different types of hardware, and this patch allows for that. Now, bear in mind, of course, that once you have the pack, the main one, the Teknoparrot pack that has the loader and has the games and all that stuff, which is a huge download, by the way, you need to configure these games first. So that goes without saying. This patch is not going to configure those games for you. I did not bother to add it to next because I already have it in my HyperPi. I run these games basically from the loaders, as you can see here, because I love to keep up to date with their updates and stuff like that. So I was a little hesitant in adding more to the already huge build that I have. So once I got the patch and I started working through it, I realized that I could just basically run my games from where I have them on another drive and just point with the loader to those games, and I don't have to repeat, you know, that huge download, have it in my next build, in my high spec in this case. But basically what it does, once you have them installed, you're gonna find in the collections folder, in this case my high spec build, you can see all of the systems here, and you're also going to see Ring Edge, which is the folder that is gonna create once you download the Teknoparrot pack, the huge one. And what the patch does, it divides and it takes from this folder right here, it takes and it separates and it moves towards its own collection. And as you're gonna see when I run the front end, you're gonna see how that works out. But basically what it does, let's say for example, for the games that you want to represent it in Ring Edge 2, it basically has a subfile. When you go into that subfile, you're gonna see the two games that are in that subfile that it's gonna bring up, and that's what's gonna show on your Ring Edge 2 section. The same, of course, with the others. I added on my own, I added Sega New, because this is the one that has basically Luigi Mansion Arcade. So basically what I had to do in this case, so I could add this extra system, was create the Sega New folder, add the folders like system artwork, playlist, medium artwork, add the respective artwork for those, and create a subfile with the name Ring Edge, because I want it to look inside the Ring Edge where the game is supposed to be at, or at least the loader, and in that create the game that I want to add, in this case Luigi Mansion. Now I hope that clears up a little bit more, at least how this patch works, and how this makes it a lot cooler to have Teknoparrot on next. Now again, it's a matter of taste. I believe, in my humble opinion, I believe that this is the way to go. It makes it so much better to organize the games, because many of these games still do not work. So just having them piled together in one system is not really the way to go when it comes to Teknoparrot, in my opinion. So this way is going to be much better, and let me show you. I think I blabbered enough how it looks up, or ends up looking in the end. Now we move around here. I chose not to have basically the old Ring Edge and opted for the new one. You can see here you have Ring Edge, and you're gonna find the Ring Edge games that belong to that. Now another thing that this patch does is that it has a more appropriate cabinet. So the art style with the cabinet representing the Japanese arcade, which basically all of these are from, better represents. It looks kind of cooler, so there's that. You have Ring Edge 2. Of course, I only have them with 1 or 2 games. It doesn't mean that these are the only games in this system, but these are the games that I have showing, because there's no point of me having games that don't work proper.
This one, ring wide, has a few more. And then we jump here. Let's check out the other ones. We still have Namco System ES3A, which of course has Mario Kart. And you have ES3X, which of course is home to these bad boys right here. Now, as I said, this is a great way to have them. I have them pointing towards the pool. Let's call it a pool of Teknoparrot games that I have had for the longest time, and that way I only keep one copy and run that through every other build that I have. I just tap into those with that loader that works well across the board. Let's load up here. And here we are with the game up and running. Now, of course, I have it here with the flat full screen patch, but I always like to go back, and I have two copies, one with the fix and one that has the original dome. So whenever I feel like it, I just, switch it up in the loader, and I have the one that I want ready for action. Right, let's go into this real quick so you guys can see collection, which I also have it with a sub file, or I can play the dome version, whatever I want. Let's do this. Oh yeah. Love me my Star Wars, and this game is amazing. I never get tired of it. Alright, several things that you can activate on it, as you saw there. So yeah, guys. There you have it. Let's go for this one.
Good morning.
So there you have it. Tekken 7, Fated Retribution. Now, of course, there is some setup. It doesn't mean that it's going to work 100% for all of you guys out there, because that is not the case either on Nex, if you play it on Nex, or if you play it even in our own Aura build. It all comes down to how you set things up and how compatible it is at the end of the day with your hardware, with your PC. There are some games that work best with AMD, others that work best with NVIDIA. It's not up to Teknoparrot or the front-end builders to make this work for you. The best that they can do actually is have it within their systems and have it there for you to configure, and once you get it configured, then you can play all you want. And here we go.
Round 1. Fight.
Get over here.
KO.
See ya.
Round 2. Fight.
Damn. Sorry, can't have none of that. And there you have it, guys. Tekken. Now the same thing applies. Now the Nessica one, I didn't mess with. I didn't add it because I already had Nessica and it's working fine. This worked out great. The Nessica pack or the converter pack is absolutely amazing. It's something that I worked with Wraith to make sure that all of these work fine, so I didn't touch it. But if you don't have the converter pack and you want basically to use it straight up, you can do that as well. And that basically does it, guys. I just wanted to bring this up because it was something that I didn't really kind of approached. Having the single pack or having the Tekno pack alone in itself, not so much. It's a little bit of a mess. This split system patch kind of organizes and allows you to have much more better time with Teknoparrot games on next. So yeah, go for it, guys. If this is something that you're really interested in, go right ahead, download both of these and have tons of fun with Teknoparrot on next. This is gonna be all for now. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.